Hey, welcome to the episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I should have done this episode this afternoon outside when it was nice and sunny and hot, but I spent all day cleaning and painting around my apartment. I used to have that green wall in my office, but I don't use the green screen anymore. I haven't used it in like over a year. It just driving me crazy. And I was like, you know what? Even though I was gonna repaint it when I moved out, which that could be a week from now or 3 years, who knows? I was like, you know what, this is driving me crazy. I had to paint the wall back. You know what? I'll show you guys. The wall is back to eggshell or beige or whatever color you consider this. Anyway, on with the beer. I have had this before, but not in a while. So 𝗔𝗕 Brasserie Blanche de Chambly. I don't speak French. But if anybody knows how to pronounce this, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, Blanche, which is the French word for white, and Chambly, featuring a straw-colored body and thick head. This smooth and refreshing wheat beer is known for its subtle, spicy bouquet and citrus notes. This highly awarded beer was named in the honor of Fort Chambly, the proud emblem of the city where our beer is brewed. Only 10 IBUs. And they even have the serving temperature, 39 to 43 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 to 6 Celsius. And I think it was 5% ABV. Yep, 5% right on the can there. You know, I gotta start washing my beer glasses by hand again. I usually just throw these in the dishwasher. That's a problem. You know, most of these beers don't have a head by the time I get the review started, and it's because, I don't know if you can see really close, but you can see like there's spots on the glass, and it's from the rinse from the soap in the dishwasher or whatever. If you wash your beers by hand just using, dish soap, the glass will usually hold the head better. But anyway, you know what's funny? I've been reading this Michael Jackson, dust covered, this Michael Jackson beer book. It's from the 90s. And I was reading all about wheat beer. I mean, there's really nothing in this book that I didn't already know. But this is basically the first beer style guidelines. And he's talking about this guy right here, 𝗕𝗃 𝗃𝗃, C-E-L-I-S. 𝗃𝗃, that's a erectile dysfunction drug. And then if you read where did I put it? The BJCP style guidelines, they actually, the whole style guidelines are basically based on that book. And they even make a point of saying that in here. And under history, one of a group of medieval Belgian white beers from the Leuven area died out in 1957, was later revived in 1966 by 𝗕𝗃 at Hogarden. So anyway, I'm not going to, I just read the specs before we started, but I'm pretty familiar with them by now. So let's get into this thing. It looks a lot more yellow or golden on camera. It is a real pale white gold, but I mean it does have like kind of a banana yellow, and carbonation just streaming. Anybody remember that? Streaming, and the foam did come up to the rim. Let's give it a whiff. All right, so I definitely get the orange peel and the coriander. Maybe a little bit of banana, The problem is I can't really make heads or tails of this canning date. It says C2421. So I'm wondering if 242 is a Julian date. But then it also says 0710Q. So the Brewers Association needs to work on a standardized global, or at least an American national. I think it would, if there was a national standard, canning or bottling date, some kind of freshness date that was standard in the vast majority of breweries adopted it, then I think it would be adopted globally. But because I can't make heads or tails of these codes. So anyway, I'm smelling a nice kind of fruity Orangey character, a little bit of a spice. Definitely like the wheatiness in there. I would not call it bready. I mean, it just smells like you're in a wheat field. By the way, this style of beer, it can be anywhere from 30 to 60% wheat. Some use oats, some don't. You know, it doesn't say on the can. Actually, by the way, it's nice to see 𝗕𝗵𝗺 in cans now. I mean, any beer that goes from bottle to can is usually a good sign. Although some of those 750 ml corked in cage bottle fermented type beers, those I still love in bottles. I'm not sure it would translate to cans. Anyway, let's dive in here. Cheers. I haven't had a whip beer in a long time. This one, I will say, you know, I was just talking about some of these beers that have oats in them. It's kind of optional. I do get an oaty kind of flavor on here. Although oats are more for like mouthfeel, almost like, you know, like with milk stouts, use lactose sugar because lactose sugar isn't especially sweet. It's just that the yeast can't eat it, so it's more for a mouthfeel. Same thing with oats. Yeah, definitely getting that kind of a sweet orange peel, curacao orange peel. The coriander is there, but it's quite light. I have a feeling this can is a little older than I would prefer. I actually do pick up a little bit of oxidation. I always perceive it as lemon yellow lollipop, although in the case of this beer with the natural flavors, it's not all that distracting. Yeah, really pick up those spices like towards the back corners of my tongue. It's really interesting. Very highly carbonated, which is pretty normal for the style. There's a little bit left in the can. Let's see if we can get some nice kind of New England IPA haze on there. So yeah, nice foam on there. Again, I need to start. Remind me to start washing my glasses by hand. Really smooth, I will say. It's not just like smooth as in easy to drink, but smooth as in like the texture itself is smooth. I mean, that's what the oats tend to do. That you give it like a little bit of a creamy texture. You know, so it just slides down like nothing, even though it is highly carbonated like champagne. So I mean, it's a kind of a simple palette on here. I mean, it's just I definitely get orange peel and coriander the most. Wheat for sure. Like I said with the aroma, I would not call it bready. It's not super spicy, but there's enough spice there to notice. Really, really faintly oxidized, which, you know, it's fine. If you're not a super taster or if you're not a beer judge, you probably wouldn't even notice it. I will say this is, you know, really refreshing. So, yeah, I mean, it's got all the makings of a great wit beer, which is style 24A, by the way, if you're playing the home game. This particular, I mean, if I was drinking this fresh at the brewery or fresh off the bottling line or whatever, like this is probably going to score at least a 45 or higher. This particular can, I think, is closer to high 30s, low 40s. It seemed to have lost a little bit of flavor. Could be like a little heat damaged. Yeah, and I was actually, now that I think about it, I mean, it's definitely the orange flavor in there. It is not, I don't mean to say that it's like a sweet orange, like orange sherbet or, you know, like some kind of, you know, orange flavored candy or orange sorbet or something like that. It is like the pith of an orange peel. And also like with a combination of the coriander in there, that helps cancel that out. So it is not like super sweet. I have had wit beers though that like they are like really sweet as far as the orange goes, almost like candy. Blue Moon is kind of like that, actually. Oh, actually, I haven't had Blue Moon in a long time, but I just remember it being like having that sweet, sweet orange flavor. I mean, given their audience, I could understand that. And there comes all that carbonation. Yeah, so not much else to say about this one. I like it. As far as score, I think I'm going to give this, I'll give this a 4 out of 5. Like I said, if it was fresh, it'd probably be higher. I like it, and especially if I was outside and it was sunny, that would be appreciating it. This review would have been over a long time ago. But, drinking it at night in the air-conditioned indoors is pretty nice too. So, yeah, so check this one out. Love to see Unibrew in cans now. Hope they do everything else in cans. 𝗕𝗵𝗺 in cans would be awesome. 𝗕𝗵𝗺 is one of my all-time favorite beers, probably top 10. All right, so I'm going to try to start keeping these videos shorter. I did a poll the other day, and I said, how long should a beer review be? And it was 77%, I think, said 5 to 8 minutes, and we're coming up on 12 here. So I'm going to try to keep it, 8 minutes or less. All right, so thanks for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.